I think it's a real pity that Italy does not have such a legislation. I don't want to comment on the general situation of Italy because I haven't done an official visit. But since I know that there is no legislation, this is very strange because most of Europe has already a legislation of access to information. The EU has directives on this. And it's very strange that Italy is not part of it. I understand that Mr. Berlusconi in the past did not want to be part of this because he had a style of governing in secrecy or behind the curtains. But now with this transition government that has already been in power for a year, I think it's very important to guarantee that there is a real transition, that things are changing, that it's not the same. Because otherwise, if you're transferring the same reality, then there won't be any transition. There will only be a transfer of power. And for me, it's very important that a transition government try to establish a new set of rules and especially a new legislation in very crucial issues that are related to human rights and to freedom of expression. First of all, I think human rights has to be discussed as a major element of policy. A truly democratic society is measured by the respect of human rights. So I believe that this government, which is seen as a technocratic government, as a progressive government, should be using human rights as their standard, as their initiative. Secondly, in freedom of expression, they should make transparency the most important issue. And finally, on the law of access to information, I think this is specifically an issue that generates trust in the population. People will trust the government when they can see what they're doing. And this is not only economic information, this is also political information. People want to know, for instance, how a decision was made. This is part of the information that people have a right to know. What was the proposal? What happened? Who are the members of parliament that voted for a law, or who voted against, or who took the initiative? All that is public information, and that should be in the hands of the public. Democracy is made by the participation and the trust of citizens and the population in general. And I think this is what's lacking here now. I think it is the right way. I think the most important initiative in the laws come from the population itself. You must remember that normally most constitutions in the world say that sovereignty of a country lies in the people, and they delegate sovereignty to those elected authorities, especially in parliament. But oftentimes parliament forgets that they're there representing the people, not their own decisions, but what the people want. So I think the fact that civil society gets organized, different organizations, different sectors of society, and bring their efforts together is the most important form of legislation. And it's very important for parliament to listen, because otherwise they run the risk of being not elected in the future and being thrown out because they don't represent truly the desires of the population.